Hey everybody, welcome to Trading Capital's exclusive analysis. In today's video, we're discussing Nvidia and Bitcoin. And is there a correlation between semiconductors and the crypto space? Perhaps there is, but looking at the daily chart of Nvidia, we have no doubtedly had a massive daily breakout candle. Nvidia today on the session closed up 6.43%. We're talking about a company before this rally that was up over 1.23 trillion market cap. I don't even know what the market cap is as of today. As of the close, it's $1.3 trillion market cap. So massive move in Nvidia, closing at the all-time highs. It was the leading semiconductor stock, and it absolutely dragged and pulled the market up by the scruff of the neck. So in this video, we're discussing a couple of the bullish scenarios and bearish scenarios. Are you a bull in Nvidia? Are you bear in Nvidia? Let's dissect the price action. And if you want to learn how I'm trading Nvidia, you can visit tradingcapital.ca. But overall, Nvidia, massive breakout today on a huge volume candle, 63.8 million shares traded, and it actually has squeezed in the after hours up to 525. So certainly an impressive move for Nvidia. Now, let's look at the bullish scenario. Bullishly, if you want to identify this as a flag pattern, just simply doing a measured move, you could see an Nvidia move all the way to 563 if this is a true and meaningful breakout. So 563 is a potential max upside target before Nvidia hits a really big Fibonacci extension move resistance. So the bulls need to keep 563 on watch. Now, simply speaking, just because we have an upside target doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get there, tomorrow or within a week or a month or for all we know, it could get there this week or next week. That would have to be a monster rally, but you never know. Markets are exuberant and they can work in ways that you and I really can't expect and think of. But let's look. So with this flag pattern breaking out today, we need to see some confirmation to really put into the probabilities that this is going to continue a breakout surge. But let's just say you're a bear and you're bearish on Nvidia. Where's your resistance? Well, if you take a parallel channel and you draw from this parallel, look where Nvidia basically just stopped today. Pivot low, pivot high, pivot high. Massive move. I was in the camp that off of this extension move, Nvidia really should have hit this area. And in fact, if we actually go in the pre-market, I'm just going to flip to the 8-hour chart. Nvidia did trade up at this level in the pre-market way back when, all the way over here on August 23rd on the earnings report. It popped all the way up to just above that 520 mark. So Nvidia actually has now crushed and closed above that pre-market high pop. So it is the best daily close Nvidia has done, and it's certainly a powerful one on volume, so you have to respect it. But you have some pretty decent resistance. Let's say Nvidia gets through this area. Is there another resistance trend line we can look towards? Well, if we just use some simple pivot high to pivot high trend lines, you can see that maybe Nvidia will get through this parallel channel. But if it does, it has resistance at 537. So just because Nvidia has had a bullish breakout here, there's still a lot of factors at play that could influence its price action in the coming sessions. It's not a guarantee that it's just going to have a straight shot move to 566. So again, if you're interested, definitely check out Trading Capital because we are entering some new positions and did so today. Now, if you look at Nvidia's daily candle, take a look at this breakout out of its consolidation range. Take a look at Bitcoin today. Beautiful break out of its consolidation range. The charts virtually look identical. Now you must be thinking, okay, why is the Nvidia chart, why is the semiconductor chart or Bitcoin chart looking merely identical? Well, simply speaking, Nvidia and AMD and a lot of other semiconductors provide chips and CPUs for the mining process, the mining rigs. So whenever you have Bitcoin surging and the crypto market surging, often a lot of people try to chase the semis higher because it likely means that people are going to be ordering more mining rigs and they're going to be doing more on-chain mining, so on and so forth. So therefore, more mining rigs, more CPUs, more components from the semiconductors are being sold, which is true. Now, with the halving coming up in a year, what actually happens with the halving? The halving historically weeds out a lot of the miners. It actually causes a lot of miners to close up shops. So if miners close up shops, is there going to be less mining rigs sold or more mining rigs sold? So I just like to think about it from a logical standpoint. Is there going to be less mining rigs sold or more mining rigs sold if the halving, or it's not if, when the halving happens. And you just have to look at history to show that there's less miners present after the halving, because it makes the blocks that much more difficult to mine, and it makes more of a consolidation in the industry. Now, what's very fascinating, I'm going to give you, any of my subscribers on this YouTube channel, a little bit of a tidbit on Bitcoin here. Looking at the weekly chart, Bitcoin has had a massive extension move breakout on daily chart. You're into this resistance pivot here, as observed by this liquidity box over here. So you have resistance. Now, what's interesting is if you draw a parallel channel from your pivot high to your all-time pivot high, drop that symmetrical channel down to these two pivot lows, this pivot low. This is where you broke down and had an epic sell, FTX collapse, so on and so forth in the crypto market. Price action on a technical basis loves to retrace back to the breakdown zone. So if this is your breakdown zone and you carry the trend, the symmetrical, this is a perfectly symmetrical channel. If you carry it all the way forward and connect through your breakdown zone, through your pivots, look what we're tapping into as of now. So obviously, if crypto continues to push up, semis are going to push up. But if you see any sort of weakness start to creep into Bitcoin, that's certainly going to influence the overall semiconductor space, in my opinion. So watch Bitcoin closely, because I do believe Nvidia and the semis are moving kind of in lockstep with the crypto market. Hopefully this analysis helps. Please give this video a like down below, and definitely check out my tradingcapital.ca website, where you will have access to all of our swing trade and day trade alerts, members daily analysis video, exclusive content, and ultimately I track insider buying and selling, and you'll get direct live trade alerts to your device. So definitely be ready, because 2024 is action packed already, and we have already closed many different trades in 2024. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you on the charts a bit later.